What's up YouTube, it's Moose, and this is your hole-in-one guide for Olympus Odyssey. Olympus Odyssey is the latest DLC map on Golf with Your Friends, and it's a Greek-inspired course that incorporates a lot of water features, bouncy clouds, and also includes heavenly sunshine pathways. Overall, I'd say it's a fun new course, and it provides a good challenge. I've added chapters to this video to help you navigate to each shot, so let's get right into it. Alright, hole 1. This is a pretty simple one, which is normal for Golf with Your Friends. This is one that you're going to want to go full power, and there is wind on the map, so you're going to want to make sure you time up your shot with that wind, and it's an easy hole-in-one. On this one, I'm just lining it up on the right side of that pillar or column and letting it rip, making sure to time it up with the wind. All right. Hole 2 is actually one of the harder ones to get a hole-in-one on consistently. You've got the cloud in the middle that you need to bounce off here, and right now I'm trying to aim in right in the center of the tiles, and I'm gonna go for like a 2.5 power, but it's so touchy, and a little bit to the left or right, a little bit on the power up or down, and you can have an entirely different outcome. This time is a hole-in-one. Okay guys, hole 3 is kind of crazy. This one, all you have to adjust is the power. I didn't adjust the camera or the angle or look around on this one at all, just to show that the default position when you go to hole 3, it's got you angled off into the water, and that's exactly where you're supposed to go. So just move the power up, hit it, a hole-in-one. All right guys, hole 4. On this one, I go about 2.5 power. I'm angling up here so that I can kind of get a better depth perception of where I am, because we're gonna take off and fly here. This one's pretty easy, cut and dry. There's a little bit of trickiness to it with where the hole is down in here, but if you just feather that flight, you'll make it. Here we go, hole 5. This one is a pretty easy one that's got a shortcut. You aim directly at the flag, you put it about 3 3/4 power, and time it up to bounce off of a cloud, and you've got yourself a hole-in-one. Okay, hole 6. This one was an interesting one because I got distracted by the ring and tried to keep getting wings, but on this one you're just going to aim between the ring and the cloud. You don't use either of them as they're intended, and you're going to bounce off the corner of the cloud, wait until it drops low, let it go, and you've got yourself a hole-in-one. Hole 7 is one that's all about timing. You start off simple enough, you hop onto the sunshine pathway. That flying ship up there is where we're headed, but we've got to wind up around the tower here. And now we get up here, we're going to catch these wings. Let's try that again. Okay, so like I said, take this pathway, go into the ship. The timing is so hard on this one, so if you go too soon, you're not going to fly where you need to. If you go too late, you're not going to get your wings. You're going to end up doing what I did on the first one. I couldn't get this timed out to get it one and done. It's so difficult, and it doesn't even seem like it's that difficult. But here you are, at least a birdie. That would have been a hole-in-one had we not had to start over, but you get it. Moving on, hole 8 is another one that I have not been able to get a hole-in-one on. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to wait until this corner bumper moves back against the wall a little bit. It's going to give me the angle to get through here, grab some wings, and try to get across this drawbridge. Now you can land on this little thing, but it doesn't really push you as far as I'd like it to. But nonetheless, we're in a good position here to go ahead and put it in for a birdie. I've also gone the other way by the boat and had some interesting outcomes, but just can't quite seem to get that hole-in-one on this one. So there you go for a birdie. Here we go, hole 9. What we're going to do is we are going to wait until this drawbridge goes all the way to the top. It'll allow us to bounce directly up in the sky, a little under full power, and as you can see, we're waiting. Also, that pole, the wooden pole right in front, that's what we're aiming for, the right side of it. And this is a little finicky. Here we go. And bounce off of that. We're gonna get a hole-in-one. If you miss it a little bit, you at least still have a shot for a birdie. We're halfway there. Consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. On to the back 9. Hole 10. I have not figured out how to do a hole-in-one on this one. So what I do is I aim at the corner of this tile here, this dark blue tile. And this is so I can get a consistent shot. Go 2.5 on the power, bounces around, and then an easy putt for a birdie. I'm gonna keep trying and figure out how to get a hole in one. Okay, with hole 11, what you're gonna do is you're gonna aim for the middle of this wooden barrel lid, I guess that's what that is. Aim for the most center line on it. Go for 2.5, wait until that purple pot turns this way, and boom, baby. You are in for another hole in one. Hole 12. So on this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna aim for this point right here. There we go. Right between the 4 tiles. We're gonna go for 2.5 power, and you wanna make sure that your shot goes when this triangle is on the left side, so that by the time you come around here, it's moving out of the way. You'll take this middle hole here, and then you will get shot right in to a hole in one. Hole 13, you just want to keep your shot straight, go a little over 3.5 on the power. You're going to bounce over, and I've had to go a few different ways, and then once you're in there, you skip this whole huge long course for a hole in one. Hole 14 is just another par 4 that we're going to get a hole in one. Watching those blocks in the middle move, they move every 2 seconds, and you got to time it up just before they move on the X's, and then it opens that circle in the back, lets you through for a hole in one. If you miss the timing a little bit, you'll bounce out. Hole 15 is all about timing. We'll start out by going onto the sunshine pathway, go through this sunshine portal through the gates, the heavenly gates. We're going to hop off at this corner right here. We're going to go onto this first ring, and this one's going to rotate us this way. We need to get over to that next ring. We're going to jump now. It's better to jump early than late here. And then as you can see, there's a pot there with the wings, but we're going to rotate around this a couple times to build up some speed and then get this timing right, go through. And now we're going to fly to this upper sunshine pathway, and trying to make sure that I didn't miss it. I bounced a little extra, got a little nervous. This is a tough one. If you don't make it the first time, it could easily spiral. But then once you get up here, it's going to spin you right down and around. And I think you guys know what's fixing to happen. Hole in one. All right, hole 16. This one is, this one's a little secret. We got a little crack in the wall over here. So you're supposed to do this whole long course off to the left, but if you aim just right, you get just around this rock with just the right amount of power, you can sneak the ball in through the crack. And on this one, it bounces and goes to the right channel. The left side is almost a guaranteed hole in one, but it's really hard to get it lined up perfectly to where it doesn't bounce on the right side pathway. But this one's still an albatross and totally worth it. Hole 17. This one is crazy with a lot of sunshine pathways, but if you look over here, we've got a couple of little holes blowing air. You're going to want to time up there at about a 3. Let it rip when the air is blowing, and you'll see what happens here. You're gonna bounce over. Sometimes it's a little sloppy, but once you get over here, it grabs onto you, pushes you over. And then here we have another option. We can go through, and you can see way down there we've got another winged pot or whatever vase. But if you go about a 2.5 right here, pop up and find yourself right on top of this pathway, it just grabs onto you, pushes you right in. It's not a hole in one, but it is an albatross. All right, hole 18, let's finish up strong. So as you can see, going straight ahead, you've got a pathway, and it's going to push you up to where these vases are rotating. Each one has got a different color to it. You don't want to be in the red one. I got pretty close there. You don't want to be in the blue one. You want to be in the purple one. So just like on water, you can hop on these sunshine pathways. And again here, we came out of the purple one. We're going to jump back around and go back into it. Guys, look at this. It's so easy. Just gonna sunshine pathway, heavenly pathway our way, all the way around for another hole in one. Finishing up strong. No reason you shouldn't get a hole in one on that one. And that will conclude our hole in one guide for Olympus Odyssey on Golf with Your Friends. Thanks guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.